Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well. We're through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Yes we are, because we don't lose at Stamford Bridge and we don't concede anymore. That's it, Stamford Bridge is back to being a fortress under Thomas Tuchel, and what an absolute performance tonight was. Beautiful beyond belief. I'm wearing this as a good luck charm for the OGs in the house. You would recognize this, you will remember before this channel from back in the day. This is what I wore in 2012. You know, when we won the Champions League, and it served as a lovely good luck charm tonight. What a dominant performance. But before we get into all of the nitty gritty and what went down tonight, I'm going to ask you guys, I'm going to let you guys know of two things. Firstly, hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit that notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Secondly, the big reveal, my personal reveal, my announcement to you guys. I have launched a brand new Patreon. Yes, link is in the description. On the Patreon itself, you will get extra access and exclusive videos that are unable to make it onto YouTube. On the one tier, you get the podcast, where I will be doing podcasts with various Chelsea content creators, with other non-Chelsea content creators or football type YouTubers, as well as other football voices that I can get onto the pod. That is one tier. And then you have the all access tier, which includes the podcast in itself and 3 additional videos every single week, including Younes Reacts, where I react to various football related videos that you send in. And I've done one already. I've done one podcast with Jan of Football Therapy. If you go onto there now and sign up, you have access to it immediately. It's live and ready to be watched. So make sure you do catch it all on there. It's all ready for you guys to watch. Tomorrow will be a Q&A, so make sure you're posting your questions over on Patreon. If you do sign up, there will be a post for you to post your questions, as well as any other Younes React suggestions that you want me to react to. So that is one. And alongside that, I've also started a Younes Talks Football YTF podcast clips channel, where you will be getting various clips off the podcast, but not the full thing, because if you want the full thing, you have to go onto Patreon and sign up. However, if you want clips, there is a channel. Link is in the description. It's live already. Go and check the first one out that I did with Jan, and I hope you enjoy. That's the launch that I promised you guys. I hope all of you enjoy it, and thank you all so much to those that do decide to sign up on Patreon. It helps me out a lot. It's a massive support booster, and it helps take all of this to the next level. Without you guys, I wouldn't be here. So honestly, thank you all so much to those of you that do decide to jump on. I hope you enjoy the 3 extra bits of content each week. It's going to be mad. Plus the podcast every single Monday as well. So let's get into today's nitty gritty. Chelsea Atletico 2-0 on the night, 3-0 on aggregate. We pulled off an absolute blinder. Tactically, mentally, physically, any sort of illy, we done it tonight. It was beautiful on a different level. But let's start off with the lineup and what Thomas Tuchel decided to go with. Here it is. He started off with Edouard Mendy in goal, Azpilicueta, Kurt Zouma and Rudiger in our back line. Obviously, Zouma stepping in for Christensen, who unfortunately was out due to illness, suffered last night apparently. Reece James at right wing back, Kante and Kovacic as the 2 centre midfielders in the double pivot, Alonso as left wing back, and a front 3 of Ziyech, Werner and Kai Havertz. Tonight was a blinding performance from minute 1 to minute 90. I honestly was waiting for a performance where we had little less of the ball, Atletico coming at us, dominating the play a little bit more than us, and us having to claw on and defend very, very well. We didn't do that. We defended well, but we had most of the ball. We kept most of the possession. We created more chances. We got in Atletico's head. We scored more goals, and we buried them left, right, and centre. Atletico really didn't pose much of a threat tonight, and I don't think that was due to individual ability. I think tactically, Thomas Tuchel got everything absolutely spot on. The tactics were absolutely on the money. And Simeone, you could tell, was very relaxed at the beginning and trying to keep a cool head. But by minute 65, you could see he was already starting to lose his head, because he knew that Atletico had to score twice. And if we're talking about the goals, 2 beautiful counter-attacking goals, which is exactly what I said in my preview, that I would reckon is the best route for Chelsea to go and score, is to launch the counter-attack. Defend well, make sure we suck them in, make sure we contain them well, hit the opportunity off, get a counter going, and hit them. And we done just that. And I have to give some individual praises today to some certain players, because they were, despite everyone playing brilliantly, I have to give some kudos to certain individuals here. And I want to start off from the back and then we move forward. From the back, Antonio Rudiger. What an absolute tank tonight. An absolute tank. It was legit like having a tank. It's legit like you had a military general come in on the pitch with his tank and park it there. Rudiger was a tank tonight. What an absolute monster. Did not get bodied off the ball once and was so physically demanding. I mean, he put Luis Suarez in his pocket. Let's have it right. And you could see Luis Suarez completely losing his head and doing this left, right and centre to the point where Simeone actually brought him off, which shocked me. And they didn't shake hands, so, you know, there might be a little bit of tension there. But Antonio Rudiger had him in his pocket. Luis Suarez completely ineffective tonight. Felix doing a little bit more than Suarez, but even Felix was completely ineffective tonight. So the entire back three, fantastic. But Rudiger, beautiful. Zuma, first half, not as good as Rudiger, but second half, as good as Rudiger. Zuma, absolute tank as well. When you look at our defenders, you look at Zuma and you look at Rudiger, name me two centre-backs as physically strong as them in the entire Premier League. I would bet money that you won't find any. It may be close, but not as physically demanding as Rudiger and Zuma. I mean, they are absolute monsters. They bodied Atletico today, absolutely bodied them, so that was really good to see. If we move up the pitch a little bit, N'Golo Kante deserves loads of praise. He ran the show. Anytime we needed a bit of sweeping, a little bit of cleaning, a little bit of polishing, N'Golo Kante walked in and was like, yeah, no problem, I'll sort this out. Boom, 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 thank you very much, wins the ball back. Because that is what Kante does on a regular basis, consistently. And tonight, he done it more than ever. And alongside him, you had Kovacic, who was working the ball very, very well tonight. And even defensively, he got stuck in. But we saw both Kante and Kovacic dribbling very well, getting in between players, getting past their markers, getting fouled multiple times, and hence the amount of yellow cards Atletico Madrid actually had. But that was absolutely brilliant from Kante and Kovacic. But mainly Kante, I want to focus on him because he absolutely ran a show tonight. Ran a show. And he was the prime reason as to many times why we got a counter-attack going. So fair play to N'Golo Kante. Worked his socks off. If we move up the pitch, because there's two players up top here that deserve loads of praise tonight. And that is Kai Havertz, who looked like the 70-odd million pound Kai Havertz that we signed from Bayer Leverkusen. Yes, thank you very much. He made his presence known tonight, and he was fantastic. You could see he was elegant tonight. He was comfortable, he was pacey, he was energetic, he was pressing really well, he was counter-pressing really well, he was very good on the ball, he was linking up very well, he was getting into those spaces, making good decisions on the ball and off the ball. He had a blinder today. Kai Havertz, fantastic. From minute one all the way up until the end of his game, absolutely dominant. So that was fantastic to see from Kai Havertz. It's nice to know we're getting some consistency with Kai Havertz now. He had the game against Everton, played brilliant. Had the game against Leeds, was okay. Had the game tonight, blinder. Absolute blinder. So very, very, very encouraging sign in Kai Havertz for us, because there was question marks about Kai Havertz. Well, now it looks like the real Kai Havertz has stood up. You ask Eminem, where's the real Slim Shady? Please stand up. Well, Kai Havertz went, yeah, I'm here, mate. Simple as that. We move into the other player that I want to talk about. And for me, despite the four contenders of man of the match, Kante, Rudiger, Kai Havertz, I have to give it to option number 4 here. Man of the match for me. Goal scorer of the first goal, and the guy that lit up the show tonight, Hakeem Ziyech. What a performance from Hakeem Ziyech. That is the Hakeem Ziyech we signed from Ajax. That is the Hakeem Ziyech that we bought and we know and we love. That is it. Tonight, we saw him. He came on the pitch tonight and he made his presence known. He literally walked in and went, I am here now. Hakeem Ziyech is in the building. Ziyech has arrived, you know, and that felt so good to see. Fantastic skill on the ball. You could see the moment that he got his goal, which was a fantastic move, might I add, by Kai Havertz, who managed to nick it off and start the counter-attack, fed it into Timo Werner. Timo Werner bombing on the left-hand side, cuts it in because he knew that Hakeem Ziyech was in loads of space. He finished it off, past Oblak, 1-0 Chelsea. From that moment on, you could see that Ziyech was in his element. He was confident. He got that goal and you could see how relaxed he became. All of a sudden, boom, he gets the ball, knows exactly what to do with it. Pulls off a skill, knows exactly how to do it. Off the ball, knows exactly where to move. Managed loads of times to get past his markers and really combine very well with all the Chelsea players around him. He was absolutely magnificent tonight, Hakeem Ziyech. And if we can get that on a consistent basis, there is no reason as to why he shouldn't be in the starting 11. Absolutely no reason. So that was brilliant to see. We moved later on into the game. The second goal was pretty much in the last minute, where we managed to get Pulisic on the ball on a counter-attack, and he fed it to Emerson. Emerson whacking it into the bottom corner. 2-0, 3-0 on aggregate. Chelsea through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League. Might I add, because Atletico Madrid did go down to 10 men. They went down to 10 men, and, you know, I have to be honest. I think Rudiger played a blinder here. I think Rudiger done a David Luiz. You know, little contact, little touch. Obviously, there was a motion of the elbow to his chest, but it wasn't exactly like he got shot. I mean, it was literally just a little tap. But Rudiger made a meal out of it. Went down. You could see he was pretending like he was shot. I mean, it's not something to encourage, but, you know, like Ric Flair over in the WWE or the WWF back in the day, you know, woo, dirtiest player in the game. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and that is it. You know, he pulled off a blinder because he knew Atletico Madrid was starting to lose their heads. You could see that they were all very high on tension, and it took one mistake for a man to get sent off. He felt the opportunity, he went down and he took it, and, you know, fair play. And I have to give commiserations for Atletico Madrid going down to 10 men, because I don't think they deserve to go down to 10 men. However, is what it is, and Chelsea are now in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, where we will face pretty much anyone that could be really difficult. That it's gonna start getting tasty. But what I'm going to leave you with is, we are now in the quarterfinal. We can begin to dream. Now, we can really begin to believe Chelsea can go all the way. Yes, we can go all the way. We can. It can be done. I am not going to sit here and pretend, oh no, we're not going to do... No. It can be done. Playing like this, as well as we played tonight, as physically demanding as we were, as dominant as we were, as tactically superior as we were, if we are playing like this against anyone, Bayern Munich included, we will give them a game. I'm not saying we're going to beat them, but we would give them a game. And I am so certain now, we have the potential to go all the way. Fingers crossed. We'll see who we get in the quarterfinal draw, which I believe takes place on Friday. But come on, Chelsea. I'm buzzing. I know all of you are buzzing. We're through to the quarterfinals of the Champions League for the first time since 2014, when we had Jose Mourinho as our gaffer. Yes, it's been that long. I'm buzzing. Really, really happy to see. Now, thank you all so much for watching. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought of today's game, today's emotion, today's circumstance, whatever the weather. Let me know. I want to hear it. Also, do not forget to check out my Patreon, my brand new launched Patreon. As I've already said, you will find a brand new podcast already there, ready to watch with me and Yan of Football Therapy. You will find a Younes Reacts episode where I'm reacting to a certain AFTV and DT talking about how Willian's better than Ziyech, and then Ziyech goes and does this tonight. I mean, it's written in the stars. Go and check it out. If you do go all access, I very much appreciate it. Thank you so much. And if you go for the podcast only, again, I do thank you too. Thank you all so much for your support. It keeps it going. And don't forget to check the YTF Podcast Clips channel. Link is right here and in the description as well. So make sure you check it out. Thank you all so much. Hit the subscribe button if you are new. Hit the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. And I will see all of you tomorrow for a brand new Chelsea video, where I think we're all going to be very happy after a very beautiful night's sleep, where we know Chelsea are back to restoring Stamford Bridge as a fortress, where we do not lose, we do not concede. What is conceding? We don't know what that is. It's not in our portfolio anymore. It's not in our vocabulary anymore. Conceding goals? Nah, mate, don't know what you're talking about. I'll see all of you tomorrow. Have a good one, look after yourselves, take care, and peace.